I'd been in the midst of doing a project on changes in New Zealand family farming. Bryon said, I'm really interested in photographing new and beginning farmers, and I was sitting in the room, I was like, me too.
Paul and I had obvious intersections that made sense to work together. We started to think about how else could we push this further. We kind of had an idea, and we wondered what other kind of people in our immediate circle or even beyond that we could incorporate into this and could add another layer to what we're doing.
One of the major goals of this project is just to tell the story about farmers, to take that information we have and put it together in a way that gets people interested, gets them engaged somehow.
I think I felt some rain. It's good for the potatoes.
I think the biggest challenge is making a full-time living off of it.
Well, when I was gardening, it was more of a relief to be in nature. And then as it became more of a profession, it was day in and day out. So it's become my work. And certainly I am reminded all the time that I am in nature when it just starts to rain like this.
What kinds of stories are we helping these farmers tell about their lives and their role in our food system?
You want one bunch in a bag? You got it. We try to explain what's going on behind the produce that they get every week.
It's called yakina, and it's very similar to tatsoi or bok choy.
And in the same way that we're trying to educate on the process of growing, they're trying to educate on the process of being a grower.
As a sociologist, that's all I'm trying to do, is make sense of the world. What's the path that brought you to be an urban farmer in Lawrence, Kansas? Gradually.
We kind of may get stuck in the trenches of our disciplines at times. You have to be more open and embracing to different ways of working, different ways of dealing with data, different ways of presenting data. 1, 2, 3.
This is an important tool and resource, I think, for researchers who are trying to learn how to collaborate.
So because of the collaboration, the work that we'll put together as a group is not what any of us would have done as individuals. There's all a level of compromise there, which is a scary thing, right? But I think it's a good thing. Without it, we're not growing.
Very nice, thank you.
An exhibition venue has a certain kind of answer. How do we have this conversation in a room with pictures on a wall and text, and how do they interact together?
I'm really excited about this space because we want to do these walls, but we also want to turn the corner. And I love the idea of the exhibition being able to be experienced in a couple different ways, where you're walking around in a gallery and you're like standing several feet away from the print. But I also like the idea of making a big enough impact on the walls so that when people are sitting in chairs at other lectures, that they're going to be able to look up and still have an experience.
The next step is probably a book. And that's a different kind of answer. So now we have a different kind of way to communicate it to the world.
And then we can go and talk about it and talk about collaboration and doing interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary kind of work and research.
And so all of those are going to be a different challenge and a different conversation and a different final kind of outcome in a way.
I'm a huge fan of the Commons Starter Grant. It's a great resource to provide some space and some resources to work with people that you think can help find some answers, or I think more importantly, ask different questions.